It is critical to understand that at the end of the day, as designers, we are only emissary of the users who we design for and who would later interact with the product. Hi, everyone, and welcome to 10 Minutes of Design with Chinedu Unfiltered. Here, we will be talking about UX design, product strategy, products people use, and how these products make them feel, the latest technologies, and how it is used by UX designers and product people. All this from a professional, data driven, and personal view, which is undiluted. In today's episode, I'll be touching on the subject designing for different platforms, how we do it as product designers or UX designers, and why it is important. I so much love this topic, and the reason is because it's not talked about enough. Designing specifically for platforms is a skill that is largely ignored by designers, and quite a lot of people don't understand why platform specific design matters. I would like to point out that what I'm about to say might sound offensive to some designers, hence the reason I'll be using the word some. Some designers don't know that when designing for a project, the research conducted would inform on what platform to design for. This is not something that is just largely thought about, nor something that you take off a checklist. It is key to ensuring that you meet your target audience's needs. Sometimes we do get carried away designing a product that should originally be on web, on mobile, without factoring in the audience it is being designed for. For example, a few years ago, I joined an organization that is into green energy. They wanted to build a product for their target market. Now, bear in mind that their target markets are existing customers with a little window for new customers who use their product and services. What this product is meant to do is help the users manage their gas usage effectively, assist them in managing electricity usage, especially the customers whose core power supply is solar, give the customers remote access over their appliances at their place of residence, especially customers who travel a lot and would like to monitor and control activities virtually, just to ensure nothing is being overused while they are away, help to effectively manage power supplied to malls and restaurants, and so much more. The ideal user for this product are tech savvy. They understand the flow of power and also are good managers. The initial proposition was to focus the design on web app, but on conducting my research, I realized that these users would engage more with this product on an app, as they stated rightly in their interviews. One of the customers said he needed something simple, something he can easily find and access the functionality without having to open their laptops. Another customer said he wouldn't like to overthink the name of a product or organization, so trying to enter such information on the web can be cumbersome. These responses were consistent across board, and this informed our decision to design for mobile app instead. Now, if I hadn't conducted my research, I wouldn't have known that the users would prefer mobile app to web app, although we eventually designed for both platforms just in case. So this was to ensure that we met the needs of both the 70% of users who preferred mobile app and the 30% of users who preferred web app. It is critical to understand that at the end of the day, as designers, we are only emissary of the users who we design for and who would later interact with the product. So let's touch on why platform specific design matters. Why should we care about designing for different platforms? It is important that we do care. We need to meet the user's needs and ensure that they are comfortable using whatever platform they access the product from. In the digital age we find ourselves in, we have access to the internet from different devices, ranging from our mobile device, web apps, desktop apps, tabs, and smart televisions. The core reason for platform specific designs are user expectation. Users interact with platform differently. A website visitor on a desktop expects a different experience than a mobile app user or someone scrolling on a tab. Meeting these expectations build trust and satisfaction. Device constraints. Each platform comes with unique constraints. Think of screen sizes, input methods like touch or mouse, and even hardware capabilities. Ignoring these nuances can lead to frustration for the users. Platform standards. Every platform, whether it's iOS, Android, web, or desktop, has guidelines. Post human interface guidelines and Google Material Design are examples. These ensure consistency and usability within their ecosystems. Straying too far from these norms can confuse the users. Business impact. A poor design experience on one platform can alienate users and impact conversions. On the flip side, designing well for each platform can boost engagement, retention, and brand loyalty. These These are core reasons why we design for different platforms. These things can be hard work, and I mean hard work, but understanding that it is relevant makes things easy. Let's talk about the challenges of designing for multiple platforms. Now that we understand the importance, the challenges will also help us realize why it is hard work. Maintaining consistency. One of the biggest hurdles in ensuring that the design feels cohesive across platforms while still adhering to platform specific guidelines. Time and resources. Designing for multiple platforms often means creating variations of the same design. This can be time consuming and resource intensive, especially for smaller teams. Testing. Ensuring your design works as intended on every platform requires thorough testing. This can be overwhelming given the variety of devices and operating systems that are out there and the ones selected to be designed for. Adapting to rapid changes. Platforms evolved. New OS updates comes out almost every 2 months. Device releases with new features that could alter a product's direction, or design trends can render your design outdated faster than you think, and it tends to put a toll on the team, ensuring they follow trends so they don't become redundant. We have come to understand the challenges one could face while designing for different platforms. I know it's hard work because I have done it before. I could remember doing it for the first time in HNG internship. It was so insane. I couldn't believe what we were working on. The project was a Slack clone but with a functionality to support Web3. We designed for a variety of screen sizes ranging from mobile app, web app, desktop app, external pages, and its responsive view. So we are going on a slide break. Speaking of HNG internship, you might ask what HNG internship is. It is simply an internship like you have never seen or been in before. HNG internship, which I'm a product of, helps me understand how to design for the outside world, enjoy what I do, but at the same time maintain a certain level of standard and professionalism while doing it. HNG internship is a fast-paced bootcamp for learning digital skills. It focused on advanced learners and those with some pre-knowledge, and it gets people into shape for job offers. In the HNG bootcamp, you work in teams to build apps and solve problems for a duration of time. The new cohort started in January and will run for about 3 months plus. The internship is open to coders, designers, product managers, QA testers, and so much more. You don't want to be left out. Apply for the next cohort of the internship using the link provided in the description. Back to the topic at hand. Let's talk about how to design for different platforms. We have talked about core reasons and challenges. Now let's talk about how to actually do what we have been talking about. How do we tackle these challenges and design effectively for multiple platforms? I'll be listing out some practical steps. Start with research. By starting with research, you already have a leverage. You already understand the target audience's needs and you have prepared the necessary resources to tackle it based on your research. Adopt a mobile first approach. This is the most important thing I read about in a case study a few months ago. He talked about designing mobile first. When you run the numbers, there are more people using mobile devices than they are using a tab or a laptop. This ensures you prioritize essential elements, and from there you can expand and enhance the design to larger screens. Use responsive and adaptive design. This ensures that your layouts adjust dynamically to different screen sizes and you're able to customize the layout for specific devices. This will also help retain a certain level of consistency across platforms. This is essential to aid in continuity so the users don't become confused when they move from one platform to another. Create a component-based design system. Reusable components are essential to aid in the speed and accuracy of experience across different platforms. Tools like Figma, Sketch, Adobe ASD make this easier. Prototype and test. To get the best of information on a platform that has been designed and developed, it needs to be tested rigorously. This will ensure that user experiences meet the user's needs. Gather feedback. You already understand your target audience. You have their information. You have easy access to them, and you have gathered the necessary feedbacks required from your testing session. Get working on improving the features already tested and continue iterating. Let's talk about examples of success stories. Here are some real-world examples of products that have been well designed for different platforms. Number one on the list is Spotify. It's probably one of the platforms you are using to listen to this podcast. They have done a good job helping users access their platform on web, mobile, and desktop. This ensures that it meets a lot of scenarios. I can imagine the complexity that comes with doing such and also managing it subsequently. Number two is Airbnb. There are certain things I like in life, and seeing beautiful, intentional, and simple things makes me a very happy man. Airbnb's interface is consistent across the mobile app and web app. This is where one of the solutions I proposed above comes in, which is creating a component-based design system. If you've been listening, this ensures that experiences are optimized for each platform and users do not get lost in the process of using either the web or the mobile platforms. Number three is Google. Whether it's Gmail, Google Drive, or Docs, their designs are cohesive but take full advantage of platform-specific features like drag and drop on desktops or swipe gestures on mobile. To wrap up, designing for different platforms isn't just a technical exercise. It's a way to show respect for your users' time and preferences. By embracing platform-specific design, you are not just creating a product, you are crafting an experience. So let's recap. Remember to always start with research. This will help you understand what platform your target users use the most. Focus on mobile first design. This ensures that you meet almost 90% of users' needs who access the internet. Leverage design systems and native components. This will ensure that there's a level of consistency in your design across platforms and also make your work and the developers' work easier when shipping new features. Prototype, test, and iterate. This is essential in creating the best experiences for your audience. And as UX professionals, you know what we say. It's never over until the user is satisfied. Well, that is what I mostly say when I design and test a product. I hope this has been helpful and enlightening to you. Kindly tune into my next episode. Till next time, signing out, Chinedu. I am your host as always, Chinedu, and I am glad to have you on board. If you're new, thank you for giving me the opportunity to impart. Do click on the follow button to stay updated when new episodes drop. Share with your friends and colleagues, and most importantly, drop your comments and questions in the comments section, and you'd get a response immediately or in the next episode.